If I've said it once, I'll say it again. Every party needs an Artie. Greetings and welcome back to another dashing and daring episode of the Vodkast Does Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your host as always, DMJ. With us today is a little package that I got in the mail, and I want to show you. I don't care if you guys see my address, but my friend Artie sent me a package here, and it's got a D&D stamp on it, which is really exciting. Now, this episode isn't the episode I had planned for today. Last night, I filmed an episode with Artie, Jim, and my friend Todd, all about house rules, and specifically, we kind of got more into, like I said in this last video here, the call shots and how other people would handle them if they were running a game. We came up with a bunch of new ones. We came across a bunch of cool ones that we thought were really neat and shared them with you guys. And I will start editing that and hopefully have that out next week for you. But now, why does every party need an Artie? Why does every party need an Artie? I'll tell you why. Because Artie is the one-man party. Actually, Artie's not really necessarily the one-man party anymore. But he's an amazing artist. And that's what I want to talk about today. Every party outside of the game has people that do certain things to help progress the game outside of the game. We have a great note taker. His name is Todd. You'll see him next week's episode. And if I ever need any information that I've forgotten, or if the party needs some information that perhaps some of them have forgotten, I know I can rely on Todd to go through his notes and be like, hey, look at this. Here's some information for you. And Artie plays a different role. Artie is an amazing artist. I'm going to put a link to his Etsy page down in the comments below. But nonetheless, he has sent me packages before, and I think if you want to go back here, you'll see the first set of these, and that's what we're going to get into today. Is an artist in the party is an amazing thing, and having a great artist in the party is an even greater thing. The thing with having an artist in the party is an artist, as they're playing the game or after playing the game, oftentimes is inspired by what happened in the game, and they recreate some of this art. And Artie has gone ahead and shared some of this with me. He printed them out and sent them to me. So without further ado, let me thank you first and foremost, Artie, for sending me these. You are a great lifelong friend, and I appreciate all the games and all the outside of game times that we've had together. You're truly a remarkable person, an amazing artist, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So let's take a look here. If I can find the old pictures, I will show them now. 3 to a side. And that was from the first set. And to see the games come to life through art is truly like a next level thing, because you can interpret as much as you want in your head and see it the way you want to see it. And I think that's great. Theater of the Mind is fantastic, but this is just like a little extra. It's like a bonus that you get after the game. And Artie's always sharing characters or situations that characters have been in the game. And if I come across someone here, I will show them as I go. This is a card that Artie has for sale on his Etsy page. I know this isn't great. I'll take a better picture for it later. But it's awesome. It's a wizard, and it appears to be like he's in front of 2 treants or some kind of creature similar to those. Okay. Thanks for the inspiration, Champ, Artie. I always appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to start right out with this first one here, and I'll put it on the screen. This is Brisby and an Orthon. There was a fight that the party got into during a labyrinth that they were in this place called High Stakes and Hellscapes, which is a casino literally in hell. And during this labyrinth fight, they re-encountered these 2 pair of Orthons that they had done battle with in the deserts of Elisha in my world of Athalia. And I just think that this captures the moment so perfectly. And I want you to see if there's any little details that jump out at you. I noticed a few things last night when he showed me this on the screen. And it's amazing, the little things that you don't notice until you take the time to really look at it. This scene depicts Brisby, who is a rogue in our party, calling a shot and hitting the eye of the Orthon as the eye explodes from his head there, and he falls into this pool of green liquid that was kind of in the room as they were there. All right, moving right along. This is awesome. This is really cool. This is Wolf. This is my friend Chris' character. If you want to go back here, Chris and Mike and I did an episode about dungeon mastering a few weeks ago, and actually we're in talks right now about going through the Player's Handbook, the new 2024, and doing it chapter by chapter and just breaking things down and pulling things out that we noticed that maybe you didn't notice, maybe you did. But if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below, because that is something we kind of have planned. Wolf is an amazing character. He is a paladin, but he's one of those paladins that's not a paladin. It's his oath is something other than the normal oath that you get from, being a paladin. I'm not sure exactly what it is. If I can remember or if I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. This is a scene. They had just arrived, magically teleported from somewhere into the Ice Shard Barbarians Coliseum, where they hold all these gladiatorial type combats and usually put, their prisoners up against foes that they aren't able to defeat rather than killing them outright. Kind of a barbarian way of giving somebody a chance to prove themselves in battle. And this is a two-headed... What is it? A frost giant, I believe it is. I can't remember. Yes, I believe it was a frost giant because I was going to use a storm giant, but I didn't go with the storm giant for whatever reason. I think it's because they're more of a lawful or more of a good character rather than an evil character, where frost giants kind of represented what I needed better in the scenario. Needless to say, they took it down, and then they fought a few frost salamanders, which were even more threatening than the frost giant. This next one is Mira, the healer Mira. This is Lindsay, Chris's wife. She plays Mira, who is a dwarf. She is a cleric. And I love when Artie uses light in a photo. I don't know if you notice it here, but in the hand, it just kind of blows up. It glows. And I'm hoping he included, there is a picture I saw last night of his character, Cal, casting lightning bolt, I believe. And it is phenomenal. The effect it has, it looks really good. It is not here, but that's okay. If I can find a copy of it, I'm sure I can. I will share it with you. And finally, this is the frost salamanders that they fought. And if you've never looked at a frost salamander, if you're going to be in an Arctic or some kind of winter climate, frost salamanders, if you get a few of them going at a party at around level 9 or 10, man, it could really do some damage. So that's what I wanted to say here today, is having an artist in the party, having a note taker in the party. There's a lot of roles that can be taken on outside of the game that, of course, you don't want to call it a job, but let me give you a little preview of next week. There's a feat that someone created called Leadership. Oh, God, hang on. Leader duty. I think that's a fantastic idea. I think it's a great idea that if your party's going a little slow or you can't come up with a decision on something, each week you choose a new party member to be the one that would be considered the leader, and they have to make the decision for the party if the party can't collectively come up with one. Anywho, that's all I got for you today. I do apologize. This is a short one. I hope you really enjoyed it, though, because Artie's art is always phenomenal. It's always great to see, and I'm glad that I can share it here. And if you guys are loving the content I'm creating as much as I love creating the content that you guys are watching, would you please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hitting the little bell icon, because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make someone smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today, tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit nerdier. Together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and in the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love, but never let your inner child die. Ooh-wee. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. I'm Geycen Oliveira. This is the Vodkast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road to 50. Take care, my friends, and happy adventuring.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.